Hey, what's up guys? This is Sohan and you're watching your Technical Spark channel. Friends, in Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager series, by the time you must have got the idea based on my title as well as banner of the video. So this video is we are creating dedicatedly for backup process, because whenever you guys perform any critical activity on the server, it could be your patching, policy configuration, upgradation or anything, right? There is a very important thing is backup of the servers, so that if anything goes wrong with your application, you will be able to perform the disaster recovery. But what are the things needs to be backup? How exactly this can be done? So many things comes into your mind, right? So that is what we are going to check out in this practical video, step by step, and I'll share you how exactly you can take the backup, how exactly you can automate the things, and then prior to any critical activity, how exactly you can ensure that you are safe, okay, with all the backup files, so that you can proceed with any critical activity. So let's check out that practically after this small intro video. Hey, welcome back guys. Now very first let me log into my SEPM console, so that I'll show you what are the things needs to be backed up, right? And for that let me use the admin credential to sign into my SEPM console. The process is very simple guys. You just have to carefully watch the things, okay, and make sure that you don't miss anything. So as soon as I logged in, as you could see, my server is already been up to date. Today is the 23rd Feb and my server is up to date with the 22nd Feb definition, which means my current SEPM console is functioning smoothly. I have total 2 agents. One is this server itself and another one is AD server, on which I have installed SEP agent. Okay, so since my SEP AD server is offline, so that's why it's showing one system offline and one system is up to date. Okay, so this one is up to date. Now how exactly you can start with the backup? Okay, so guys, to take the database and logs backup, okay, there is one default utility available in our SEPM console. So when you go to the start menu under Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, you will see one option that is database backup and restore. So let's click on that and it will open one utility. Here it is guys. Okay, so this particular utility will help you to back up your SEPM database and logs. Okay, but apart from that, whatever these things it does, okay, before you back up any your database using this utility, make sure that you test the connection. So let me click on test connection and it shows the test connection to the database is succeed. Okay, so when you click on backup, okay, you will see you will get the one more option to back up the logs as well. So let me just click cancel for now, and I'll show you one more way through which you can automate your this particular backup. Okay, for that you will have to go to the admins and then servers, and then here you will see a couple of sites, right, like SEPM. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll simply select edit database properties. Okay, there's one backup settings are available guys. So what I'll do, I'll simply go to this particular path to show you guys. Let me just click on copy and then we'll open the same path in Explorer. So let me just paste that path and enter. So as you could see here, currently there is no backup has been taken. So what I'll do, very first I'll just limit the size of this backup to 3. Okay, so maximum 3 backup copies will be always available, and additionally I'll also choose backup logs. Okay, and this is my SEPM server. So we are done with the initial configuration. Now how frequently you would like to take backup of this database? So I'll just set it weekly is fine, and let's say on which day of weekly. So I'll just select Saturday at 02 AM. Okay, so this is the timing which I have set. Now let's click on OK. Now what will happen guys, let me go to the edit properties again. Every Saturday at 2 AM this database and logs backup will be placed automatically to this folder. So this is how you can automate. Okay, but now let's say you would like to back up all the settings immediately. So for that you can simply click on backup database now. Okay, once you click on this, it will automatically back up the database. Okay, but right now we'll not choose this. Okay, and so instead of that we'll choose this backup database logs. But if you enable these settings, okay, configured, then you don't require this backup, because every day at your configure time all the your database will be backed up in this particular location along with logs. so you don't need to take backup. Okay, now let's click on backup and we'll choose logs as well and click on yes. This will take several minutes, and as you could see, it has started creating one folder. Right now the size is 0 KB because the backup is still running, so we have to wait for some time until and unless backup gets complete. And guys, meanwhile this backup process is getting processed, let me just create one folder here so that we'll be able to store all our backup files in this particular location. So SEPM backup. Okay, so this is the name which I have given to this file on the desktop. Okay, and let us create one. Okay, realize the backup has been completed, guys. Okay, so let me just minimize this quickly. Yeah, perfect. So as you could see, what it says, the database backup has been successfully backed up to the following location, right? So this is the file which we are talking about. So let me click on OK, and our task for this utility has been completed. So let me click on exit and done. So very first, what I'll do, I'll just copy this path to our this newly created location. Paste. What is the size of this file? Is approximately, let me just once this complete, we'll validate. Okay, backup has been completed. Now the size of this file is approximately 4.91 GB, guys. Okay, now our next file. So next file we have to copy, that is our recovery file. So for that we'll have to go to the server private key backup. Inside that we'll have to check the recent one. Okay, all through, if this is older then that is also fine. Okay, because majorly it just keep the domain ID information. So which is the latest one? So I'll just choose this one. Okay, so let's copy this and paste into this location. Okay, if you want you can rename the file. So let me just rename the first file, that is let's say database backup. Okay, database, or let's say log backup. Okay, and the second one is disaster recovery file. This is also fine, so we don't have to rename this file here. Let me just minimize this. Now we have to check for the third one. Now guys, we'll just simply go to the same location and we'll choose here SEPM. Okay, and here is one option available, manage server certificate. Okay, because this particular contains more information, because under the recovery file, disaster recovery file, it only contains the domain ID and other stuff, but in manage server certificate it provides the more information about the service server. So let's click on next. So what we want to do, backup the server certificate, right? Click on next, and this is the location where the certificate will be placed. So again click on next and finish. As you could see, server certificate has been placed into this particular location. So let's copy that and we'll place this in our backup folder. Okay, so we have 3 files available, guys, right? Now the fourth file we require, that is server settings. Okay, so for that you can select, once you are into the local site, simply go to your the server for which you would like to export the properties, or you can say server settings, and here you will have to click on export server properties. Where exactly you would like to export? So let's give some path here. So I'll just give the same path, which is SEPM backup, and this is the name of the XML file, and click on export. Done, guys. Okay, so let's check out whether it's really exported or not. Yeah, the server it has successfully exported the server properties. Now let me minimize this. Now guys, the next thing is we would be required a server license, because let's say you have activated the server license. All through you will be able to download the server license from your support portal. Okay, but somehow if you don't have access, I'm sure that you definitely having the access, but just in case. Okay, so for the safer side, what you can do, you can go to the inetpub, then license, and the file which you have imported, the same file will be available here. Okay, so let me just click on copy and paste that license file into our this SEPM server, or you can say backup folder. And now lastly, we would be required our server information. So what I'll do, I'll simply go to the create a notepad file, and okay, this particular location file has been explore work is done, and here we'll place all our server information. So how exactly we can do? So just open the CMD, and very first we'll choose host name, and then ipconfig /all. So here is our network card information. So let's copy this and done. So this is my IP address details and this is our server hostname details. Okay, so we are good with our required information. Okay, so let's click on save. And guys, this is the basic information which you required during the disaster recovery. Server information. And once you have all this data backed up, then you can do whatever you want with your SEPM server. Okay, because later on if anything goes wrong with your SEPM server, then you will be able to restore your entire server without any issue. And guys, a few more things I would like to explain you. Let's say some of you are facing some challenges, right? Or they want your policy to be backed up. Then what you can do, you can let's say during the because you guys are definitely doing some customization into these policies, correct? So what you can do, you can simply right click and select export. Where exactly you would like to export? So let's say I'm going to the desktop, SEPM backup and open. Okay, and here we'll create new folder like let's say virus and spyware policy and open again, export. So as you could see, one folder has been created and our policy has been exported here. Similarly, you have multiple policies, right? Let's say I'm going to the application and device control. So here I have one ADC policy. So I'll just simply click on export. Okay, and this particular file contains the name of your policy, so that later on you will be able to easily work on these things. So we'll again simply click on export, and as you could see, our ADC policy is also exported. So similarly, whatever policies you would like to export, import, whatever you want to do with this, you can simply follow the same processes, so that you will be able to export this policy in a custom or granular way. All through everything is getting backed up when you back up this file, but this is just one extra precautions. And guys, now lastly we'll back up our SQL server. Okay, so to back up the SQL server, we need to go to the SQL server and then management studio. Okay, so here is our management studio. Let me open that. Okay, perfect. Now let's log in into our SQL server. So I'll just log in with our user SA. There is the password. Now let's connect. Perfect. Now we'll go to our database and here is the same 5DB. So what we are going to do, we just go to the task, then backup. Here we don't have to do much things. Okay, so by default here is a path where exactly is going to save the database. Okay, so what is the path? So it's under C drive program files SQL server. So let me open that as well. C drive and then program files, Microsoft SQL server 16, MS SQL and backup. Okay, so this is basically the path where it will save the database. Backup type is full, that is fine. Verify when after completion, and that's it guys. Let's click on OK. Backup has been completed guys, and now let's click on OK. So we are good with SQL backup. So let me just copy this file and paste into our actual backup directory. Okay, where is gone? So it's in desktop, SEPM backup, and let's save. Okay, so that much of files you would require for your SEPM server disaster recovery. And one more thing you would require is your existing install version. So my existing install version is 14.3 RU9. Okay, and guys, with the help of this we are going to perform the disaster recovery in our next video. And if you are a member, then yeah, you will get the access to this video. If in case you are not member, then please click on the join button on the channel. And guys, I'm sure that after this video you are very much confident that how to take backup, and I believe that you already saw this entire video. So based on that, or from what are the locations we have copied the backup. Okay, so if you have any third-party tool, then you can configure those paths so that your backup will get daily. using those third-party tool. Okay, it could be daily, weekly, as per your requirement. Okay, and so that if in case of anything goes wrong with your SEPM, you are free. You don't have to worry about the application, because with the help of disaster recovery you can restore your application as and when required. So guys, that's it in this video. I hope that you have found this video useful. If so, please click on the like button and don't forget to share and subscribe. This is Sohan and I'll catch you in the next disaster recovery video. So thanks for watching. Signing out. Bye bye.